Okay, hello dear friends, good afternoon. Such a beautiful, beautiful afternoon, a late afternoon. And this is a Friday afternoon. And I just feel so happy. This is a Friday afternoon. By nature, every day feel happy at Friday afternoon. Okay, so today I will tell you a story of myself, which is a very recent story, and it's quite an awakening point for myself. So these couple of days I was very busy, and because of traveling and because of my work and just a lot of things. I do not need to mention what makes me so busy. Everyone has a story. We all have this. So I was busy. And there was one afternoon, and I finished work at 3 o'clock, 3 something. And just at this time, bing, ding, on my cell phone, there was a message pop up. A doctor appointment, regular check at 4 o'clock. And at that moment, because of the stress, because of everything, because the criticize from other people, it was already very, very stressful. Already, I already feel bad for myself, and that is the tipping point. Is the last straw on the camel back that break the back of the camel. And I suddenly felt so poor. I suddenly felt so incapable. I suddenly felt so desperate, disappointed, and I just felt so hopeless at that moment. I think we all have experienced that moment that you felt that will not work. And I, even before I start, I am already late. And being late is very shameful. And I cannot do anything. So I went back home and I took my son, and as I drove, I start to tell myself, calm down. Do not go across the red light. Slow down. Do not bump into another car, and do not get yourself in trouble. Slow down. Slow down. Calm down. Slow down. I tell myself. So I arrived home safely, and I just felt so bad. And I felt I have no courage to tell the doctor that I need to change time, because I have already changed one time. But anyway, I have no choice between not telling the doctor and going there late or not arriving. And the fear of telling the doctor, making a phone call. You know, I have this paranoia of making phone call. I have this social media a fear, afraid. So I do not make phone calls. And I almost never make phone call. It just, I was paranoid with phone calls. But anyway, at that moment, I give myself a decision that make that phone call. So I did. I called the doctor and said, my appointment is at 4 o'clock, and there is no way I can arrive before 4:30. And what can we do? Shall we? I did not say, shall we make another appointment or something? I just present the situation. And then the receptionist said, let me check with the doctor. And actually, she said it's okay. So we made the effort and we arrived on time. It was stressful, but we made it. And that feeling suddenly just make me realize fear does not work. It does not help to be afraid of things. And by trying to avoid confrontation with problem is not the solution of the problem. When there is a problem, you need to face it and to solve it. For other people to make a phone call is not a problem. For me, making a phone call is a problem because I do not make phone call. My cell phone is not used for making phone calls. I do not use my cell phone to call people. It's something that is just not my thing. And finally, I made that phone call and solved that problem. It made me so happy that I solved that problem. And it also made me to think other things. That if something is beyond my ability, it is better that I speak out and tell other people, or to tell myself that this is beyond me. I cannot do it. If I do not treat myself with respect, if I do not treat myself with kindness, with care, with attention, I cannot treat other things with the right attention and with the right efficiency, with the right capacity. I cannot. Solving problem starts from solving myself. So with that thought, there was one big project I need to finish the next day. And I know I could not do it. I could not push myself to that edge, to the breaking point. So I did not. So I went back to sleep. And that is it. I slept and it was good. It was not a peaceful sleep because I still have this heavy weight in my heart. I need to do something and I failed to do it. I was behind the deadline. And I took care of myself. And I fell asleep. I slept. And the next day, I talk with other people who is waiting for my job to finish so that she can do other things. I said, I'm sorry. This week, I cannot do anything for you. And she is such a kind, understanding, outstanding person. And she said, don't worry, I have other things to do. I can take care of you next week. And we can walk together next week. So, just think, when you are in trouble, when you are stressed out, there are other people who is also stressed out. And maybe other people, there are many good, kind, understanding people. And in our life, we need to rely on these people. And we need to be these people. And we need to make other people's life easy by being a kind, good person. And so never be afraid of problem. Face it. Stand in front of the problem and stand on top of the problem. Because being afraid and fear does not solve the problem. It only extends the problem. It only move the problem or hide the problem. But at the end, you need to take action to just face it. Just face it. Face your own fear. And once you have the courage to face your own fear, once you are ready to overcome yourself, the rest is easy. Because the biggest enemy, the greatest enemy, is nothing but ourselves. Once we beat ourselves black and blue, we beat our fear black and blue. We overcome our own fear. We are the most courageous, brave people. And that is my thought of the day. Relax, you will be okay. Bye-bye, friends. I love you, I really do. Do.